This is my prediction for the Belgium versus Egypt game. It's going to be played at 10 p.m. Nairobi time, and the odds for Belgium to win are at 1.63, and I do have a feeling they're actually going to win this particular game. For draw is 4.15, and for Egypt to win at 6.26. Now, the markets I'm targeting for this particular game are more or less shots towards goal, and I'm going to be biased in this particular game and mention that I'll be focusing on Belgium to at least get a good number of shots. Now, if I begin with the first market that I'm actually going to go for is for shots towards goal, as I mentioned. In the first half, I'm looking at least there being 10.5 shots towards goal right here. 10.5 shots towards goal at 1.53 odds. That is something I'm looking at. It's a good market right there, and I've checked my statistics and how Belgium are playing, and I do believe they do have that in them. Now, as for the first half shots towards goal by Belgium individually, I have a feeling they'll also get at least 8 shots towards goal. They've got a good squad. Kevin De Bruyne, more or less, I think his last game. Luke Bakio. We've got a ton of these folks playing right there, and you can see Belgium. They were the only team to outscore the Red Devils in UEFA qualifying. That is, Norway were the only teams that outscored Belgium 29. Norway scored 37. So we can already see that what we are dealing with here is more or less a situation where Belgium will really want to take the game to Egypt, and Egypt are not known for taking that many shots. Therefore, I'm leaning towards Belgium to get at least 8 shots towards goal in the first half, and for both teams to at least have 10.5 shots towards goal in the first half at an odd of 1.53. Now, the other one is the full-time market for shots towards goal. I'm leaning towards Belgium getting at least 13.5 shots towards goal at an odd of 1.35. They could get more if Egypt are really stubborn and make it difficult for them to score, but I do have that particular. I see it that they'll get at least 14 shots towards goal. Now, the odds were 1.54 earlier. Now they've dropped to 1.35. That shows you the bookmakers are seeing what is going on, how people are placing, and also they are rethinking how can we be giving 14 shots at 1.54 to Belgium, and they've been scoring and doing all that. Now, the other market that I'll look into for this particular game, and depending on your bookmaker, is the market for at least one team will score. And I do have this particular one where I feel at least one team will score 2 goals. Now, we've watched the game for Sweden versus Tunisia, Belgium versus Germany versus Curacao, USA versus Paraguay, and we see the trend here is that teams want to get goals, because based on this particular group G, we also have Iran and New Zealand. Now, Iran is going to be a difficult team to beat for Egypt and Belgium. So if Belgium can beat Egypt at least by 2 or 3 goals, they are going to be in a good spot, lead, because I have a big assumption that Iran is going to beat New Zealand in their first game, despite the situation that they've had to get here. But yeah, if we look at the head-to-head, you can see Belgium beat Tunisia 5-0, and in this particular game we had 27 shots. In the first half there were 11 shots. So that's why I'm looking at it that way. Who are in the lineup? Yeah, Doku is going to do some magic. De Bruyne, Trossard, Tielemans. I have a feeling we are getting the 7.5 shots towards goal in the first half for Belgium, and 10.5 for both teams. And then we've got 13.5 for Belgium in full time, and also Belgium to get 2 goals. What else? So versus Croatia, they also got 2 goals. Stats, I don't think they took many shots here because of the team they were playing against. They don't really allow teams to play like that and get into their D and all that. So, and you can see the formation they were using at the 3-4-3, like what we had yesterday with Japan, and how they had it, made it rough for Netherlands. Now, if we look at Brazil versus Egypt, Egypt scored and Brazil won. What are the stats? They only got 5 shots. What are the lineups? It looks like that, and they kind of seem to have this 4-4-5-1 type of formation. I do believe the Belgian team can be able to get through this. Let's see, versus Spain, they drew 0-0. How many shots did they get here? They only get 4 shots, and Spain got 25. The lineup, yeah, still the same lineup, 4-5-1, and more or less formation, 4-5-1 or 4-2-3-1, if you want to call it that way. But I do have a feeling right here, and we can actually see even Lukaku was in the subs for this game for Tunisia. So obviously Lukaku likes hitting them shots. Luke Bacchio with his left foot. So I do have a feeling with my selection that in the first half we're going to get at least 10.5 shots towards goal, and then we're going to get Belgium to get at least 8 shots towards goal in the first half, and then 13.5 shots towards goal full time, and at least one team to score 2 goals. And in previous matches they've met, Belgium was humbled by Egypt by 1-2, and we at least had 2 goals in that, at least one team to score 2 goals. And if we look at the stats here, we had 8 shots for Belgium, 6 for Egypt. In the first half we had 5-3. I am still have a feeling, because this was a friendly and it's about 4 years ago, the team that's there right now, that is the Belgian team, are going to go for at least shots, and if they actually don't score early, they'll probably get the shots that I've predicted. So that is my prediction for the Belgium versus Egypt game, and that's the first game. And the other games, Iran versus New Zealand, are going to be playing a little bit later on in the night, my time. Stick around, I have predictions on that as well. Thanks for watching.